Hey YouTube, how's everybody doing? It's Atticus and I hope everybody's well. Today's video I have a cool one. I have a dwarf and you can see these really cool slayers right here with their mohawks versus some Tomb Kings. So yeah, I usually don't play the stunted Dawi just because I don't really like their playstyle, but I have to admit it is kind of fun to play them every once in a while just because they're so, different from playing the Dark Elves, the way that you play them. So yeah, I brought a pretty cool thematic army. We have Ungrim leading the forces here in the desert to invade, the lands of the Tomb Kings. So let's go ahead and just jump into the builds. As you can see right here, guys, my lord choice once again is Ungrim, and I brought all his goodies. I have, the red axe of ruin and all his, his speed increase and everything like that. I have a secondary lord here as a Thane, and the reason I took him, guys, was some of his abilities. He has something that will actually slow. It's something new that happened in the recent patch. It won't let me click on it, but it actually slows opponents in by 18% if they're in an area around him. So that can come in really handy when trying to chase like chariots and things like that. So yeah, we're going to try the Thane out tonight. For my frontline, guys, I brought 4 units of Longbeards, and these are not the Great Weapons variant. And the reason you do that is for one main reason. And if you look right here, it says Charge Defense against large foes. Now, the Great Weapons variant does not have that, I believe. I believe it's only the ones with shields. And so that'll come in handy if he has like really large constructs, or if he has like chariots and things like that. Being able to keep them from just plowing through my line, I think that's pretty invaluable. And you really don't need Great Weapons against the infantry of the Tomb Kings, because generally they're not going to have very good armor piercing themselves. They have to rely on constructs, which I'll have an answer for as well. So we have 4 Longbeards, and just to pad out the numbers, I do believe I have some warriors as well. Yeah, some dwarf warriors on each flank right here. And my secondary line, guys, and this is where the real DPS is going to be coming, I have 2 units of irondrakes, and yeah, these guys excel at doing damage to lightly armored infantry. And you can see right here, sorry, my hair's getting in my face, the Thane also has an ability which will make an opponent take more fire damage by 22%, which I did take. So there's a really good synergy between the irondrakes and the Thane. I also have 3 units of Thunderers. Going to be playing, some Overwatch for my main infantry line. They're going to be dealing with any Scorpions or Ushopties and things like that. So really, powerful army. The Longbeards to hold them in place, the Irondrakes to deal with the infantry, and the Thunderers to deal with the constructs. So also have 1 unit of Slayers, and this is the Regiment of Renown, Dragonback Slayers. And we have 1 unit of Bugs and Rangers. And the reason I took these was to deal with any carrion and things that he might bring like that. Since I don't want them jumping in on my Thunderers, these guys could provide a little protection for them. So that's the Dawi force. We also have 1 unit of the Gyrocopter Brimstone guns, and these guys are the anti-large variant. So yeah, they'll come in handy dealing with any these monster units, as long as he leaves the protection of his archers. So for my opponent, he did bring, for his lord choice, Archon the Black, and for his spell loadout, he did bring the Purple Sun, Spirit Leech, and the thing that lowers armor. I forget what it's called. For his front line, he has some Skeleton Warriors. He also has some Tomb Guard in here somewhere. I could have swore I saw him. Right there in the back. A couple units of the Halberds, and you might be wondering why I bring the Halberds in a unit against Dwarfs, since they don't have large. Well, it's mainly because they have armor piercing. So, these guys will actually, they're a lot better choice besides these Tomb Guards, just because they have shields and you're getting AP, so it's usually worth it to take them. He also has 2 units of Skeleton Archers. He has a Hero Titan, which is really good, because it's going to give him more Winds of Magic for his lord. He has 2 units of Necrohorror Horsemen, which will be really good for that backline harass. And he has 2 Tomb Scorpions here. So yeah, really powerful army. And it's gonna be cool to see how this goes. So let's go ahead and just start the match here. And right off the bat here, I'm just gonna start, sizing each other up. I'm gonna try to get a little early pressure in with my Gyrocopter. So we're just gonna go ahead and fast forward it here, because there's a little bit of positioning and just filling each other out in the beginning. And you can see that I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to see that he has these 2 Necrohorror Horsemen, and these guys are the biggest threat, so I want to start, trying to do as much damage as to them as I can. You see, he is doing a really good job of protecting them with these Skeleton Archers, and even though they don't have armor piercing, I figured I don't want to take the damage. So you can see I'm just kind of going left and right, just trying to waste his ammo. And when he's not looking, or when I feel like I have an opening, I'm just taking a few pot shots into his Skeleton Horsemen, and it's not doing a lot of damage, but throughout the course of the game, it will add up. So yeah, it's just the same kind of thing, just going from left to right, left to right. We're going to go ahead and just fast forward it here. You can see that he doesn't have anything in the back here, guys. No like carrion or anything I have to worry about in Deep Vanguard. So it's, as long as I use these Slayers wisely, I'll be able to deal with his 2 Necrohorror Horsemen that he has. So you can see now, oops, I start to, split up my army. I'm going to have the Thunderers start to try to, get in position for these Nekahara Horsemen. I'm going to use these Bowman Rangers to shoot at these archers right here. I'm having the Slayers to come, reinforce this area just to make sure he doesn't get a charge in. And you can see that he has these Nekahara Horsemen all here by themselves. So now he doesn't have the skeleton archers to do Overwatch. So I'm going to send in my Gyrocopters to deal with them. So over here you can see the Bugman Rangers are starting to shoot into his archers. And pretty much all my units have shields, so they're not the biggest threat. But I figured, they don't have any armor, so I might as well attack them now. So yeah, now the front lines are going to start to collide. You can see that the fire from the irondrakes is just destroying these skeletons. And yeah, these longbeards are just going to, chew through these skeleton warriors. He definitely needs assisted by the Tomb Scorpion. Over here you see Ungrim's finally getting in the battle here. He's going to be dealing with the Tomb Scorpion, and I'm going to cast my Foe Seeker, the Axe of Dargo. I'm going to just pop all his buffs, and we're just going to try to deal with all these big constructs. Meanwhile, you can see this whole time the Thunderers here providing Overwatch, and yeah, we're just melting those Tomb Scorpions, and that's exactly how you need to play the Dwarfs. You just have a multi-layered defense, and it's just making it really hard for his constructs to do their job. Over here, you can see the Dragonback Slayers are going to come in, but I kind of left one of my Thunderers exposed, and you see my opponent is going to seize on that. He's going to jump into these Thunderers, who are obstructed in their defense. I am going to try to protect him with these Bowman Rangers, provide a little Overwatch for them to protect him. But yeah, guys, all around the map here, you can see the Gyrocopter is chasing off these Nekahara horsemen. And Ungrim is in here fighting the Tomb Scorpion, which is exactly where he wants to be. Over here, I tried to get some of my Dwarven Warriors into the back to deal with these Skeleton Archers. But yeah, they're going to get into combat with the Hyro Titan, which is probably not going to be very good for them. Over here you can see that the Irondrakes guys are just destroying these Skeleton Warriors, and I love Irondrakes. I feel like they're so underrated. They just destroy infantry. It's just brutal how effective they are. Over here you can see my opponent does have Arkin getting some Psycho charging in. He's doing a really good job of trying to keep these Thunderers in place and keep my back line from dealing with its constructs. As you can see, guys, look how quick we've dealt with these Tomb Scorpions pretty much. They're almost all have damage. And over here you can see we finally have opened up this back flank. We dealt with those Nekahara horsemen, so now I'm going to have my Slayers back to deal with his Lord, who's wrecking my back line. So you can see, yeah, these Thunderers are now going to try to deal with this Tomb Scorpion. The Bugman Rangers are trying to shoot in on the infantry units, and yeah, guys, we're just systematically trying to find targets and open up things. And over here you can see just the damage of the Irondrakes. They dealt with this whole unit of Skeleton Warriors, didn't take any damage since they have such high armor, and yeah, they just shoot through those guys. And as soon as this unit crumbles, I'm going to have them to support this main front line right here. So yeah, this is a really good combination with Irondrakes, guys. Over here you can see that I have the Gyrocopter just shooting in an Archon. He is a big target, so over the course of the game he is going to take a lot of damage. And yeah, you can see the helicopter is just shooting in, just doing a little damage of each volley, and that's good for me. It's going to wear him down. And you can see that my two lords are still at really good health. We have the Thane right here, and Ungrim dealing with the Hyro Titan, etc. Over here you can see that these Dwarf Warriors did get past the Hyro Titan, and now we're going to be able to chase off these Skeleton Archers. We'll never, really be able to catch them, but I'll keep them firing in on my men, because mainly I just need to keep my Slayers alive. And you can see they're still at full health. Now my opponent is going to get a spell off here. Looks like it might be a Purple Sun. Let's see what it is. Nope, the Fate of Buna. So he's going to use it, which is really good, on that unit right here, because we have him in on the Tomb Scorpion. We're just trying to shut that down as fast as possible. And yeah, over here you can see the Irondrakes once again are just providing the Overwatch, just destroying these Tomb Guards. I'm telling you guys, if you don't really play with Irondrakes, give them a different chance. Over here you can see these Thunderers too. Now we have like a 3-layer defense. We have, the first line, second line, and third line. So wherever he goes, he's going to get pressured from range, which is one of the, hardest things about dealing with the Dwarfs. It's just, no matter where you go, they're providing Overwatch for you. You can see right here the Skeleton Warriors, the Thunderers, and in between all that, we're just melting down Archon. He's just taking so much damage. Opponent is going to get a summon of Archon Skeleton Warriors to lock those guys down, but at this point they've pretty much used all their ammunition, so yeah, that's okay with me. Same with the helicopter. You can see that it's almost dealt completely with Archon, but I am almost out of ammunition, so we're going to have to chase him down with either Slayers or Ungrim here eventually. Over here in the big mosh pipe between the Hyro Titan, you can see we've dealt with pretty much all of his remaining infantry, and now it's just between Ungrim and the Hyro Titan. And yeah, constructs take more damage by fire, so yeah, guys, it's really going to be in my favor here. And if you look at this, overall scale of the map, guys, the balance of power is in my favor now. We just have too much ranged units that are just, melting down all his constructs, and he doesn't really have an answer for these irondrakes. He really needed some carrion or some more backline harass, because you can just see, look at all these corpses between the 2 units of irondrakes right here. Look how quick and effective they are just taking out Tomb Guard. Archon is about dead now between the helicopters chasing him. Yeah, he's not going to be long for this world. The balance of power is really heavily in my favor now, and yeah, you can see Ungram and is he's doing what he does best, excelling at taking out large units. We've completely dealt with those Tomb Guards, and now we just have my Thunderers dealing with his large Hydro Titan. Over here, you see that the Bugzone Rangers are pretty they're strong enough to deal with Skeleton Warriors and infantry or in combat, since they're pretty good stats. And yeah, I think this game's gonna go to the dollies. So let's go ahead and look at the end screen breakdown. We'll talk about some of the keys for my success, guys. So I kind of explained to you what the thought process was. You have that really strong front line. It doesn't have charge defense, or it does have charge defense, and you use those to keep things in place. As you have the Irondrakes deal with the infantry, the Thunderers to deal with the constructs, and you had the Slayers in the back just to plug holes and just deal with anything that tries to get into the rear. And you had the 1 unit of Bugman Rangers to deal with any skeleton horsemen or carrion and things like that. So yeah, the build worked really powerful, really good. It worked kind of just how I thought it would. The Thane, he slowed units that were around him, which was really helpful. And he had the fire. He gave fire weakness to the enemies around him. So yeah, I really like this army. It's a lot of fun, guys. You should give it a go. And as for my opponent, Madaram, good game. It was really fun, and yeah, I liked his build. I feel like he just needed a little bit more backline harass. Just against the dwarf, they're gonna go so heavily on the range. That's if you can shut that down, well then yeah, you're gonna be able to neuter him. I wouldn't have really had an answer to deal with his Hydro Titan or these Tomb Scorpions. So, all right, it's Atticus. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll see you for the next one. All right, bye bye.